Well, g'day YouTubers, and thank you for tuning into today's very new video here on YouTube. I'm actually going to be doing an under 2-minute voiceover. Now, listen to this one very clearly. This actually has been far by one of the most challenging videos to ever produce so far on my YouTube channel. And in fact, it's been one of the hardest hit so far delayed videos to be uploaded in 2025, even though this video was shot on the 2nd of December of 2024, and it was actually quite a lot of excessive running long time problems that I actually had so far in this video. One, it was to do with my dad's sister's voice, so yes, I did come along and chop up some of the bits, in fact all bits actually, so that, you know, none of the voices can be straightforward heard in this part of the video. And two, I also straightforward noticed that my camera was actually shaking because of the vehicle and also because of the way I hold the tablet. Now, no, I tend to hold my tablet very, very normally, but then, hey, you know, that's just it. And the third problem is, because I'm voicing over this video during winter time, well, it's not just my voice going a little bit weird, and not only that, I think it's definitely the fact that, as I'm voicing over during January, and I'm up in the Northern Hemisphere, I've actually got a bit of a very blocked nose. Sorry about that message, but then, hey, enjoy the whole video. Tell me your thoughts about this amazing 97-minute journey, or in fact this video runs for about 93 minutes. So if you really enjoyed in this part of the video, I advise to do so. Please give this video a like and subscribe for more flip-up content in the future. Thank you so much for watching. Good luck.
In 200 meters, stay to the left to Puchang, Shah Alam, Kapang. Stay to the left to Puchang, Shah Alam, Kapang. In 300 meters, stay to the left.
Oh, so many birds.
Stay to the left to exit 5A Putrajaya.
A lot of motorcycles here.
Stay to the left to Dunkel.
There's actually one more part I actually forgot to voice over at this part of the video, and really that's not the very end. And really the best part about this journey is you have to really see it for yourself, and so do other people on YouTube. And really, by showing you all of this mess footage, I'm giving you some massive tips into producing really good videos on YouTube or videos for anywhere else. And without just me blabbering right here, and you can definitely see how this journey is. And I actually forgot the journey is actually called. And despite the windscreen wipers, which I've been playing around so far throughout the rest of this whole journey, the journey that we've actually gone through is, of course, a very long one. Now, this video is also one of the most anticipatedly delayed videos on YouTube because I was actually experiencing lots and lots of troubles and lots of problems with the internet of Malaysia, but also with the umpteen masses of stuff that I've been doing in the UK, ranging from basically lots of toy review videos and new videos being made on YouTube, but also, not to mention, beyond that point, I've actually got a new animation project that we'll be working on mainly in the form of stop motion animation. I've actually got that exam, and actually, unfortunately, I've actually got homework to do up until towards next week's Tuesday. And this is because, well, unfortunately, I need to put up this message here. And to be very honest, I'm actually going to start to panic. And that was almost like a one-trick pony type thing I really have to start panicking about. And that is mainly because that one-trick pony that I'm actually on about is definitely to do with stop-motion animation. And mind you, I gotta do that homework piece up until next week's Tuesday. Now, the main reason why I'm finding it very difficult to continue producing videos on YouTube these days is because, one, as I said about the stop-motion animation project that I have to really get into, and two, definitely mainly the fact that, well, I won't be producing that much in the way of videos as I've notified so far to you guys in the very beginning part of 2025. And man, third, being number 3 for that part, I've actually got lots and lots of toy reviews and lots of flip up toys to come along and contemplate. Now, the biggest challenge that I'm actually having at the moment is to make a stop motion animation film or just a video that runs for about 1 minute. Now, I'm actually going to be finding it very difficult because I actually haven't got a current storyboard planner yet. If I do have a storyboard planner, that will most likely be delivered on Friday. But yet again, I might as well do a litmus test of some sort of stop motion animation that I might do sometime at least around either Thursday or Friday, depending on how much time or how much opportunity I actually seem to get. Remembering that I don't produce that much in the way of videos that much in 2025, more so than 2024. Anyways, that's just straightforward my personal speech. And yes, as you can definitely tell, the setting across Malaysia is just beyond so awesome. And the destination I'm actually heading to is Puchong to Tampin. And that journey was one heck of a journey that I can really essentially remember. Well, not just that, but not only that, that really contemplated what seems to feel like the gigantic year that I really seem to conclude with. Man, 2024, if it wasn't for Malaysia, I would be crying. In fact, I'd be straightforward crying with tears of joy for that purpose, that I would actually love Malaysia so much. And yes, I have certainly have done it. And yes, as I said before in previous videos, no, I won't be going back to Malaysia in 2025, most likely 2026. And obviously, you know, I can't really tell you anything of what's going to be happening in 2026. Maybe I might as well just straightforward save it in another video, hey? But anyways, if you really enjoyed so far, apart from my boring speech, thank you for doing so. Sorry for that amazing long speech, but that's what I've just started to contemplate throughout the rest of this whole video. Okay, that's it. Enough of my voice, and enjoy the video, please. Thank you.
So yeah, we're in Plaza Tower Bandar Serenia. There's an amazing plane that's actually taking off. It's not far away from the airport.
Yeah, apparently that is the same direction as where I started during my, I think it was my first day visiting, arriving in Malaysia. Seems like we're ready now. Seems like we're taking this direction here that goes all the way towards Johor Bahru, but we're actually going to Negeri Sembilan. Yeah, Negeri Sembilan, that's actually where we're visiting to, Tampin and Seremban. My gosh. Looks like they're building new houses here. That's weird, lah. Yeah, we've just passed by Sansui City. That's actually the same direction where I actually went to Putrajaya and Cyberjaya before. From the other side of the highway. There you go, Serenia City. Oh, there's a pigeon! It's racing after us! Whoa! Yeah, that pigeon failed. He got very tired, or she got very tired, and flew to a tree. Oh, there's trucks right here, just straight for driving past by us. It's like a truck convoy. Whoa! There's trucks everywhere in that middle highway. It's the middle lane of the highway, and there's construction trucks right here.
Okay, here we go. We are in Negeri Sembilan now. Straightforward. We've just gone transition-wise from Selangor to Negeri Sembilan. It's a totally different land area, but it doesn't really change the effects of my tablet. Thank goodness for that. And it's raining right here still. So it's quite amazing. Oh, that truck has got a lot of smoking grease. Oh my gosh. Here we are, it's raining in Negeri Sembilan. Just dashing past by that very dirty looking truck here. It's getting real heavy. Whoa, the rain. Oh, crikey, so I think we might be basically we're entering into downpour territory. Camera's a bit blurry.
In 1 kilometer, exit right to exit 612 Johor Bahru.
There you go.
01 Eli.
Much better right now. Here you go, the west, Bangi, Kuala Lumpur and Kachang, Seremban, Johor Bahru and Nilai on the east. Clearly we're actually driving on towards the southeastern parts of Malaysia.
Exit right to exit 612 Johor Bahru. 01 Eli.
Oh yes, here we go, the North-South Highway, or the South-North Highway. Woo! Weird squeaking sound coming from the cars and stuff. Well, we've just gone past through the University of Science Islam of Malaysia, and what is that? Just a very noisy, creaky old little truck. Makes the most bizarre engine sound out of any truck. Nilai Impian. That's by some diving property. Here you go, Pajam and Sepang, along with Nilai. Thank goodness for that. But there you go, there's Port Dickson in the middle with Seremban and Johor Bahru. Just proves you that we're going southeast, more so than Sepang, Nilai, and another area that I forgot its name. Oh, it's a green car. Lovely. And there's a blue car. And there's a truck right here, and just a regular Toyota Vios car. The jungle background looks very blurry because we were all inundated by all of this wet weather here. There's actually so much rain here. In the amount of days it's actually falling. And that there is a new developing area. It just proves to you that Malaysia is constantly developing. Lots of new buildings. being built time after time after time again. And we're passing by a lovely little, what looks like to be a Perugia Kalisa, which seemingly, strange enough, looks like it's got the facade. Oh wait, it's a Daihatsu Miura, different car. Looks like it's got a Mini Cooper facade. And strange enough, in the middle we just saw Malacca, but we're not yet in Malacca. And I can see the strangest car. That looks like a cross between the Mini Cooper and the Perugia Kalisa. That there is a Daihatsu Miura. Wow, that's very cute for a car. Very cute. Looks like we've got service stations and we've also got other stuff. I bet there could be more toll booths. Rainfall is starting to intensify even more. It's going to get very treacherous, but we can make it. That is the strangest truck I've ever seen. Look at the amount of wheels it's got. 4 wheels. Never seen that on British roads before like that. It's more like a train than a truck. And there's more new developing areas, or is that just an advertisement about AI? And there's the jungle in the background. Lovely, vast swaths of tropical forests. It looks straightforward. Very hilly, very much like a mountain. Like a very hilly sort of mountainous sort of jungle. And there's a cow right here. The car's getting, well, actually the rain's getting really, really intense. There's a lot of palm oil right over here in the background. Whoa, look at that truck skidding through such a very wet road, or highway as I like to call it. It's weird that both of these wheels look like they're flying, probably because that truck has got enough energy to drive. I think these extra wheels that are just flying may strain the... It might probably strain the truck from actually speeding quite a bit fast in a sense too. Here we go. by a lot of service stations right here. Once again, we're passing by. It seems like to be a large oil. Well, it looks like oil palm. And oil palm contributes to a large chunk of destruction from the rainforest and stuff, but it seems very much the way it is. All these oil palm plantations here, they make a lot of palm oil, and that sadly contributes to a lot of habitat destruction because the humans have got the lands to themselves, destroying all the animals' homes, leaving them completely homeless, without even the jungle or two. And there's another truck right here. Love the way they sort of just splash on the highway. It's just very phenomenal. And right over here, there's crows right over at oil plantations and stuff. They always come here and fly every evening to gang up in flocks. And there's more palm oil plantations here. And all these trees there, they are, well, let's just say oil palms. They come all the way from Africa, and they've been very, if not highly successful in terms of the amount of crop yield production they strip for yield in Malaysia and everywhere in Southeast Asia and other developing countries where jungle is the main climate. And that's actually quite sad, because as I said before, palm oil plantations makes animals so homeless. Wild animals, precisely. It's a nice little kampong area here. There's more oil palm plantations here. There's just so many of them. There's also coconut palm plantations, but they're not as common as oil palm plantations. It's quite confusing when you spot the two different species of palm trees. Whether it's coconut, whether it's oil palms. I heard in some parts of Malaysia and also Thailand, they use a lot of monkeys to like harvest coconuts and stuff. To train monkeys into harvesting coconuts. Although I would say that's very unethical, because a lot of animal rights groups like PETA, they might straightforward say, oh, that's straightforward too controversial. But hey, there's some swifts here, lots of birds around it. That's alright. Humans can do whatever the heck they really want to do with animals and stuff. And the rain is still straightforward, persistent. It's still going. Can you believe that? Oh, that's a lovely Proton Jumback. That's like a pickup truck, I like to call it, or ute. Because the name ute is... Oh, look at that jungle in the background. So vast, so beautiful. It's so sad that humans have to completely tarnish it. That's like a military truck. Crikey, whoa. Such atmosphere, it's so lush and green and fresh. If only if this was all converted into jungle, that would be a miracle. Amazing. And look what's going on here. A whole ton stack of deforestation, which is really bad. But that's how humans are like. They just constantly build for the sake of their residence, and their presence, and their dominance. Here we go. There's lots of new development going around here. Here we go, passing by Banda Ironsdale. That's also by Sam Darby property. It's one of Malaysia's home resident companies, we would like to call it, like a home estate company of such. IJM Seremban 2, that's like another block of Seremban. Straightforward, we're here in Seremban, but not what I thought I would think of. Initially. fuel, smoother drive. Well, I don't think it's that very plausible. Well, I can't believe it. We're nearly straightforward passing by Seremban #1, and there's Kippa Young Residence. That's GUH. That's a very strange name. Gah. Here we are. And I can see more destinations. There's Sinawang, Johor Bahru, Port Dickson. There you go. That is where we are now. We are in Seremban, and there's Labu, which is one obscure destination I've never heard of. There's a lot of that. It's actually a mixture between a city and with let's just say with rural features. I mean, to me, some people say it's like a town, but for me, I see it more of a city. A small city. Yeah, I mean, to me, it's actually more of a small city to me. Some people say it's a town, but for me, it's a small city. Okay, here we go. Mukasir. 43 ringgits 38. Or 36, I can't remember the number. Lots of traffic. There you go.
All set. Let's go. In 100 meters. Turn left.
That truck driver there has been very sneaky, going by the looks of it. And here we are straightforward in Seremban. It's quite a very small city. And there you go, Selamat Datang Negara Sembilan. And actually, we are.
Left on 362 Jalan Labu.
Straightforward, we are in Seremban. Thank goodness we are here.
In 600 meters. Make a U-turn on 362 Jalan Labu.
There you go, we've got the museum here. Straightforward, we've just gone past the mural. Closes at 5 PM. It's actually designed after a Malay village. There you go, Museum Negari. That's straightforward, part of Negari Sembilan, that museum. And actually, straightforward has the assets of a city. You can see all these flashy, well, let's just say advertisement billboards. Projector screens on it. It's quite amazing. I bet they're all powered by Windows 10 or 11. Remember the IT shortage? Actually, the outages. Everything was all blue screen of death back then. Gosh, 2024 has never seen such BS before. What a long journey. Beyond that was actually chronically amazing. Okay, here we go. Passing by this huge shopping complex. Right there. This thing has been there for donkey's years. And there's more houses. I bet this is all relating to what we're going to be seeing. A lot of kampong related houses. All built in the village. A lot of Shell petrol stations built in the same sort of aisle. There's one on the right and there's one on the left. And there's a very big billboard.
Turn right.
There you go, there's the mountains here. Forested mountains. There's a lot of like dew and cloud. All of it might be wet weather and stuff. Lots of rain in the distance. I bet that's all moisture. That's just, dumping rain into forests so that the whole jungle can be completely supplemented with lots of wet weather, and actually that benefits the rest of the whole climate. It's a cooling effect. Nice and refreshing when it's already hot. Rain comes to play and makes everything cool and refreshing. There you go, we're straightforward passing by the central part of Seremban with the museum on it. And there's a lot of parks right here.
In 200 meters, turn left.
Kajang and Kuala Lumpur. It's a fairly different isle to what I've just seen so far. It's a fairly different, well, let's just call it residence. It's fairly different to what I see in Selangor. You've got the rest of Selangor. And there's a railway line right over here. Might have just spotted one train, but it's a bit different. Oh yes, there's a bus station right here. It's probably larger than any other bus station. And whoa, that was pretty hectic. Here we go. That's around Seremban. That's quite a fairly lavish looking park right over at this part of town or city. Here we are. We've just squeezed inside the town of Seremban. It's actually it's a much more smaller city, of course, than KL, but it's still quite populated. There's quite a lot of markets around here. Lots of good markets around in Seremban. Fairly amazing. And there's quite a lot of stuff here. There's quite a lot of amazing shops and stuff around here. They even got like amazing decorations on the lampposts and stuff. In fact, it actually applies to every lamppost. Or street lights. Or street lamps, we're going to call them. They're very beautiful. There's some of the other destinations. There's Rembau, Malacca, Kuala Pilar, Port Dickson. I think it's Kuala Klawang. And there's Kuala Lumpur. There we go. Oh, they've got a giant grocer here. Strange enough, that reminds me of Bukit Jelutong. One part of Selangor I can recognise. Yeah, the shops here look very interesting. They've got a lot of amazing stuff. That's like something I used to see in Birmingham. A lot of like airline stuff here. That's very interesting. Yes, quite an amazing arrangement of airliners I can choose. Obviously it's Qatar, Emirates, Malaysia Airlines. This is very much like Kuala Lumpur, brick fields or bricklands. A lot of Indian stuff, Little India as I like to call it. And it's quite a very interesting arrangement. I love the crossroads and that thing. It's very aesthetically pleasing. It's a lovely little city. And there you go, Jaya Grocer, Seremban Prima or Prima, and there you go, here's the advertisement there. That's a very fancy looking KFC. There's a church here, although Malaysia is a Muslim majority sort of country, there you go, Christians do reside here. There you go, there's churches here. Proof-wise that there's always religious tensions, but let's not go there. And there's quite a nice arrangement of businesses. And that's a Gurdwara, Sikh temple. That right there is a Hindu temple. That's very detailed. And there's a Parkson right there. I didn't expect that to be straightforward seeing. Jaya Grocer. Oh, that's interesting. Now open. And there's a lovely looking area here. Oh, I didn't know there's a lake here. Taman Tasik Seremban. That's amazing. This is very good. Very good looking area here. Apart from what I've just expected in the first place. It's a nice city. Nice stuff. Oh my goodness me. Station Keretapi. Yeah, that's where the train station is. It's quite a very interesting little school right over the background. Quite an open field, and that there's like a very old derelict building. And there's even more stuff here. That there's the lake. Nice looking park itself with the lake on it. And here we are, we're passing by. What is that? Very strange building. Wow, I didn't notice they have orchids and galleries here. There is supposed to be a very old abandoned school. Yeah, it seems like that when things change, it really does seem to melt our hearts, but also reflect back in time. It's crazy actually when you step back in time to when the city was straightforward changed. Yeah, the whole city, if not town, was physically changed. Lots of pigeons everywhere. There's a lot of pigeons here. There's a mosque right here, which has got like blue painted on the minarets. And there's like a fruit store. Wow. Amazing stuff that they sell here. Here you go. Just proves to you that Malaysia is the sort of all you can buy, all you can eat sort of country. All you can see everything, all you can do anything sort of place. Very much so in the whole of Asia. Just like Japan and Indonesia. And or Thailand, I guess. Maybe Singapore, I can't really tell. Maybe they've got all of the assets. There's a fire station here with the trucks right in the background. There's a Honda motorcycle dealership there. And here we go, our maiden journey to Tampin and Malacca. There it is. Oh, Pusat Bandar, I never heard of that place. Here we go, on our maiden journey to Tampin. Here we go. It's only just a short distance, but hey, straightforward, anything that's around 97 minutes, it's not that long. There's a warehouse here, which I've got no idea what that is. There's a car garage here. Everything in Malaysia is so aesthetically pleasing. I love it. Everything I see in Malaysia is amazing. Can't go wrong whenever you look at anything from Malaysia. Just proves to you everything is all good in the hood. And there's the other side here. We're straightforward in the front, and there's a stray dog. In fact, there's actually 3 stray dogs here. In fact, these stray dogs look straightforward, very happy, roaming around with each other. Straightforward, I seem to be quite a friendly guest to stray dogs, because obviously I seem to know their psychology and their physical behaviour, amongst lots of different ones. There you go, there's more of them. They're just straightforward, having a good sort of foraging around for food. They're straightforward hungry, and they all love human food. I fed them bread before, and they certainly loved it. Yet, they haven't really had any health problems. They're straightforward wary of the traffic, but they're straightforward happy to coexist with each other. There you go, there's the signpost, Tampin going straight, Rahan going right, and then Pusat Bandar on the U-turn. Lovely. Stray dog is obviously having a nice perusal of the cars. And he's off to the left. Seems like we were racing with a stray dog. And there's more car stuff right here. A Subaru dealership. Oh, these fancy crossways with lots of motorcycles. Amazing that there's a lot of motorcycles here. Look at the parade of motorcycles. Just amazing. Just goes to show you that Malaysia is the 4th largest exporter and importer of motorcycles, and actually has the largest, one of the largest, along with Thailand. Amazing. Oh yes, something I really like to see, racing with motorcycles. You don't see that every time you go to the UK. There's not that much, but look at that, lots of motorcycles. This is totally Malaysian style. I really love that. There you go. Very good. Also, the best part is, it's straightforward dangerous. Because Malaysia, you have a lot of motorcycles, but then guess what? The greatest choice after all is to not wear seatbelts on the back seat. Yet the front seat, yes, you have to. But the back seats, it's totally up to you. Not in the UK, but Malaysia. And some parts of the world. Rinbao Tampin, and there's Rahang, and there's Taman Seremban on the left. And there's the jungle right here, being covered by other foliage. There's birds right here, lots and lots of starlings, and here we go. There's the jungle in the background with all these rusty looking houses. Very old and clapped up, these houses. They all look very good and retro-ish. I love it. And I love these garden centres. This is very much like Puchong. Here you go, with all these ornamental trees and stuff. Oh, nice shot of the car here, eh? Zooming past by a bike. Really good. Lovely footbridges. Very aesthetically awesome. Once again, they look quite retro-ish. I love it. Oh, there's a train. Here it is. There's one of the trains here. That's very good. Shouting at all the rail fans. I got a train in the footage. And right there is what looks like to be a truck depot. Here you go, there's a lot of trucks right there. Lots of Isuzu and, let's just say, Nissan UD trucks. A lot of Japanese trucks on this area here. Okie dokie, we're straight forward out from the Petron fuel station. Just after popping the dunnies, I think the woman toilet was free, so the male one I couldn't get in because it was locked. But here we are. We're straight forward making our maiden journey to Tampin. And there's Senawang and Johor Bahru and other destinations. Oh, that's quite an old car. Crikeys, this is amazing. Whoa, look at this traffic. Look at all the cars, they're just clumping into a very complicated single file line. This is crazy. But this is awesome. Yeah, there you go, there's the yellow lines here. This is something my dad really doesn't like. But it's actually quite a signature sound. British roads, we don't have that.
Yeah, yellow lines to slow down the car.
That's right, because hey, that actually helps to maintain and control speed of the car. So that
the car speed.
it doesn't overwhelm the car's speed and also the car's condition. And also other cars, let's not forget. There's the traffic light here. Quite interestingly, these yellow lines help to assist cars without crashing and also to prevent other cars from crashing as well. That's the good solution beyond these features. That's a very colourful looking truck here. Straight for the traffic just keeps on going. There's a lot of it. And here we go, we're passing by some weird area. I've got no idea what that is. It looks like a strange complexion of restaurants and other stuff. There's Petronas and Shell. They seem to be in the same aisle, just on the other side. Here we are, I can see the other two as well. And it's not a great footage to actually have a look at, but obviously that's... what is that? Oh, that's interesting. That's like a rip-off of FedEx. I just saw that truck. GDEX. That is like a knockoff of FedEx. It's weird that Malaysia loves to knock off other brands in the way China does. I think in Malaysia we have Pensonic when you have Panasonic.
Yeah, Panasonic.
Continuing on after waiting around just to see some very persistent traffic. There's a lot of like cars and stuff. Hopefully we might be able to see some kampong areas on a journey across many parts of where we're going to. Rinbao, Tampin, and other whatnot. There you go. Straight forward, we're heading out of the city into ruralized areas. I don't know if Seremban has Aeon. That's my only big question here. I don't think there is. Maybe there is, but there isn't. Here we go. There's the other side of what we are heading to. Traffic seems pretty much okay-ish. There's a lot of jungle on the other side. And clearly, as I'm actually here, I won't be spending that long. Right over up towards Wednesday, which would be fairly fantastic. but it'll be fantastic. It's one called Jafar. Sounds very much like Jafar from Aladdin. Anyways, we're heading up straight up towards Tampin and other areas. It's quite a very shaky camera ride, but strangely enough, this will be fantastic. And there's, of course, the jungle in the background. Lots and lots of cloud and what looks like to be remnants of wet weather, as what I could really see. Station Kawatapi Sungai Gadot. That's definitely a train station. There we go, we're zooming past by a lovely Toyota VS car. And here we are, we're straight forward into this section here. Sekolah Dato Abdul Razak, that sounds very Arabic, that is. Here you go, other areas. Here you go, it's in a very elevated train station. That is where Keretapi Tanya Malaya is, the national railway system of Malaysia. It's a bit smaller in gauge. It's actually quite a nice train system. We've seen one of the trains before. Quite nice. And then we've also got a very green truck. That's being out of focus here. And there's a yellow Julie's truck. All kinds of different traffic along the way here. Straightforward, making good progress. Yeah, there's the jungles right here. There's obviously it's all pretty much fenced up. Obviously, it could be a wildlife crossing, I guess. And yeah, I think that might be wildlife crossing, because who knows? Weird, strange creatures may appear on these roads. There's a Petronas toll booth here, and there's lovely thick jungle right here. Love it. And there's some weird road infrastructure here. God knows what creatures may stray into these roads. There's monkeys here. Thank goodness I've seen the monkeys. Looks good so far. You know, with monkeys, they have seemingly adapted so well with humankind. They are, of course, our closest relatives because they're primates. The other thing is, they also do some of the weird human-like features. But because we have made some very big tensions to wildlife, seeing all of that destruction going on here, you know, with all the rainforest and whatnot converting from this into this, makes it a completely understandable reason why we should straightforward protect forests. And to prevent new developments and stuff is going to be virtually impossible. The mountain is filled with lots of forests, but then sadly the jungle is being straightforward crippled by human activity. Yet I can still see a lot of lovely clouds popping out. So good. Right over here. Just beyond, chronically amazing, straddling across right over through Tampin. It's an amazing place to go around and drive. It's fairly good. Nice roads here. It's fairly good. Passing by some what looks like to be metal pipes, going through the strange yellow lines to control speed and also to prevent roadkill, so that animals aren't going to be clobbered right over at the side of the road here. Also gives way to animals. There has to be a legitimate wildlife crossing here along the way. Seems like everything's under construction. That should hamper the amount of animals coming here. More palm oil here as well. Lots of palm oil plantations, which is really crippling the number of animals here. I think occasionally you might be able to probably spot wild boar and stuff, but it's not as common as seeing monkeys. There you go, straight forward at this area here. I think we're straightforward into thick jungle now. In fact, everything's all going into thick jungle. There's more roadworks going around here. There you go, we were just passing by a local oil palm plantation here. There you go, just so much of it here. I bet this might be contributed to the fact that it could be owned by a Kampong village sort of land zone. Here we are, we've just straddled through across all parts of Jungle Roads. It's lovely actually, but to spot as many other different animal species it's very much by luck, very much difficult. I would probably guess by night time, that's when they're most likely active. But obviously, or even like the morning, they're not really that active. But it's a lovely hot spot for wildlife tourism and stuff. And there's also there's a train line that goes right over it as well. It's quite amazing going past by a lot of jungle and stuff. It's quite amazing. There's more monkeys here. There's a bird, in fact there's a few birds right here. And there's a huge gathering of minor birds. That's a lot of birds. There's a truck stop right here. There you go, the miners really enjoy their freedom on the roads. There's just so many of them. Here we are, I think we're entering Kampong territory here. There's actually quite a lot of old houses here that are just straightforward built by Malays. It seems like they've got their own citizenship, straightforward to themselves. And wow, what are these birds? Could be crows, it could be other birds, I can't really tell. definitely not hornbill, because they're super rare. And obviously there's a lot of like jungle, there's a lot of like oil palm plantations. I don't know if that's straightforward correct or not, and can't really tell what that is. Maybe a resonance. And here we are where we are at Straightforward Stratton. There's a lot of like old buildings, and a lot of these buildings tend to be fairly small in Kampong regions. There's what looks like to be a rutty bread store. Lots and lots of, well, let's just say rickety old buildings. There you go. That's typical. Seeing all buildings like that, just small wooden buildings like that. Some of them have got like elevated areas there to prevent like rats or rain or any other mechanism for like pest control and whatnot. Yeah, all of these are Malay infrastructure type buildings, as I like to call it. Not really got in English. There's a lot of architecture involved in that. Yeah, a lot of Malay houses and stuff. Yeah, seeing those houses there, they've all got elevated stanchions here, and there's bus stops right here. In fact, they look small, but they also got like stanchions on it to prevent rain, and in order to prevent like rats and other pests coming into people's houses. There you go. A lot of the buildings are fairly small, yet they look so quite aesthetically pleasing. It looks very retro-ish, if you ask me. Looks nice. And there's a 99 Speed Mutt store right here. Oh, there's a pet stop. Pet store, what it's called. Lovely. Nice to see a nice artwork of Malaysia through history and time. And there's another bus stop. There you go. There's another one. Well, here we are, we've just straightforward passed by the village of Chembong. It's a strange area. I can see what looks like to be an Indian temple. Wow, amazing stuff. It's a really good place. A really good place after all. And there's the jungle in the background. Amazing. And wow, they've even got a fire station being built into it. They all look like that. And there's a police station. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, you got a few emergency services in one area. And there you go, yes, all these buildings look quite rickety and old. Pretty much the embodiment of the Kampong type regions of Malaysia. Whenever I say old buildings like that, that's straightforward the epitome. Lots and lots of old buildings. There you go. Obviously there's a lot of birds coming here. But it's nearly coming to sunset. That's why they're straightforward joining in large numbers. Oops, I didn't show you the birds. But here we are. Straightforward, this is nice. Coming into Tamben. There you go. Very nice setting. It's a very nice setting, actually. There you go. Looks like we've got the green light. We're straightforward proceeded to go. And there's the jungle in the background. Once again, looking at all the clouds and stuff, and the birds are coming in to roost. That is like a clone of a giant store. Pasaraya Zmart. Looks very Pakistani to me. Or Indian. And that there's a nice... Whoa, there's so many birds around here. And there you go. That is just a huge swarm of birds. There's just large numbers of them. What do you call them? Swifts or swallows. There you go, more jungle scenes right here. With the cars in the foreground. Lovely. That there's a small mosque. And right next to the mosque is a strange restaurant. I believe it's a Malay restaurant. Yeah, driving past by a school complexion here. I don't know if it's primary or secondary. I don't know, but it looks oh too good to look at. Wow, that is a lot of stuff here. Here we are. More yellow lines all the way to Rembau and Tamben. Seberang Batu and Hampa and Pulau Mampat. Never heard of these places before. Very weird. Wow, are these rice paddy fields? Oh my crikeys, we're actually surrounded by agriculture areas. That looks like a bunch of rice paddy fields in the background. You know, the last time I've ever seen paddy fields was in Sikkim-chan. My goodness me. I'm really shocked. They are paddy fields after all. Here we are, we've got more infrastructure relating to kampongs. Rembao. Here we are. We got Rembao now. Lots of kampong houses, there you go, they've got staunches in it to protect flood water, armaments and stuff. I can't really speak well, but here we are. It seems like we've just went by a signpost of Gemas and Tampin. Station Karatapi Rembao. That's a nice looking village or town. Very good services and whatnot. I bet the commuter train systems are really good for rural people to get into urban areas. Especially Kuala Lumpur, or for like urban people to reunite rural areas. Fantastic. Lovely motorcycle sound. It's fantastic. You can see this kampong house here. They're not really that great in terms of paintwork, but they look quite fantastic. I love how it's all old-fashioned and it looks quite dirty, but it's a nice feeling. It's a very sentimental sort of design on houses like that. And there's more right here. There you go. And then there's a Shell petrol station right over here. And goodness, that's an amazing journey. How about that? There's McDonald's here. I'm loving it. Well, the reality is, I'm hating it. Just kidding. I love McDonald's. Here you go, there's another train station right here. Can't see any trains, because it's all covered by bridge. There's a McDonald's right here. Wow, oh my goodness me, that is a very strange looking store. That is a massive family store. Looks very generic. There's a Watson's, 99 Speed Mart, Rainbow World. There's a knockoff of 7-Eleven called KK. And Family Mart. Secret Recipe. That's the strangest business name I've ever heard. And right here is a lot of minor birds. They're all just perching in that telephone wire. Seems like a huge gathering. Maybe they're being straightforward in some weird parliament. I don't know whatever these birds are doing here. Are they just like civils, just being evacuated to some specific community bubble right here? I don't know. That's getting me very puzzled. And that's like a nice outdoor Malay restaurant. That is a fantastic essence in Malay culture. You can see the stanchions on the bottom of the building right there to prevent flood water and stuff. Rats and all. There you go. There's more of that here. Lots of typical Malay architecture on this side and same with the other side. Yeah, who knows? I'm not that visually impaired, but I can see almost everything. This is good. There's more restaurants here. And there's even more restaurants. And there's a bus stop right there as well. And more houses. Everything to do with kampong is always small, but also very simply built. For the record. And there's a lovely looking jungle river right here. Very good. Here we go into jungle territory now. Let's see what critters might pop out in this rainforest. Who knows about that? Oh wow, that is a very awesome looking building. That is the essence of Malay civilization. To be honest, this is like a copy of Indonesia. There you go. Straightforward. Malaysia and Indonesia have architecture like this. There you go. I'm not being very biased here. They've got very fancy architecture like this. And there's a couple of bus stops and a food store right over on each side of the roads. Oh wow. Hutan Lipo Gunung Dato. That's some weird jungle area. which I could go trekking tonight or tomorrow. It's tomorrow because that's where we'll be trekking at. Monkeys, wild pigs, lots of birds, reptiles, everything in that jungle. Lots and lots of animals residing in that jungle. And also the occasional larger animals like tapirs and elephants. And there's a mosque, very big blue mosque. And there's what looks like to be, oh, it's a nursery. Very much typical Malay civilization that we're seeing here. There you go, everything is all rurally built. Very good. Lots of cars coming here. It's a fantastic sight to see. It's really cool. Hutan Lipur Gunung Datak. There you go, we're straight forward, zooming past by a lot of jungle type areas right here. That there is straightforward, very much so, and thank goodness, hopefully it'll be really good to see a whole bunch of jungle trekking stuff along the way here. Tamping, Gemas, Sigamat, Alor Gajah, Malacca, all these kinds of areas. Whoa, and there's lots of birds, minor birds, they're all flying in a threesome. There you go. Straightforward, that's what life is like. Savaya Rembau, very interesting area here. Here you go, there's more houses here, they've got bungalows. I just saw one blue house which looked very much luxurious. There's the jungle right here. Lots and lots of, oh, that's a junkyard. Old cars and stuff. Oh, the satay and grill store. I love roads like that. It's giving me that nostalgic feeling. Who knows? By the end of this year, I'll be able to see everything. Astana Raja, Lubuk, China, all of these places. Ooh, what's that? Another bus stop? Tampin, Batan, Nyamor, Gadong, Gunung Datok. Quite a lot of unusual areas. And strange enough, we're at the 6 o'clock mark, which is straightforward, good and long enough for a journey like this. But you know, this is well worth on the cards. Seeing there's another train line here. There you go. I think that could be the bridge of where the train is. There you go. This is fancy and long. Straightforward like that. There's another bus which is all pink. Lovely looking bus and whatnot. Lovely chickens, which I think I've just missed it. Here we go. We're in this very strange village. Museum Rembau. Wow. Here we go. Not that far off of where we're heading to. Tampin and Malacca. But first up, we're stopping by at Tampin, because that's the place we'll be staying tonight. Looks like we've just gone past by a cemetery, a couple of mosques, more kampong stuff, a very weird building on the top of the hills, which I've got no idea what that is. There's more, let's just say palm oil plantations, more bus stops here, more old rickety kampong houses and other stuff here. Yeah, it's quite a lot of old kampong stuff. There's a banana store. Oh man, an old bus stop. There's just so many. There you go, going through the other side of the jungle here. Quite a lot of stuff. Everything is all very peaceful. A lot of jungle roads here. This seems fairly aesthetically pleasing. This is so amazing coming here. It's a very good area to drive back into Tampin. It's really awesome. Here we are, we're straight forward to a very strange village. It's not Qatar, but it's Qatar. I'll throw in the tunnel name and how you spell that place here. Here it is, apart from my hands, right over at the tablet. Whoa, bird nearly got ran over. Nice bus stop. We just passed by Tampere, Astana, Raja and Lubbock, China. This place here seems to be very much Malay dominant. Lots of Malays living here. In fact, everywhere that I seemingly see, it's all entirely Malay. Yep, heading up towards Tampere now. Here it is, there's a primary school here, right on that side here, and right there, there's jungle and oil palm plantations here. Don't know if it's oil palm or coconut, not quite totally sure if it's that, because of the tree height and stuff. But there you go, there's a lot of like old buildings and stuff here that you just see in these types of areas around here. It's fairly nice coming around here. It's a fairly great looking place to get to. Wow, that looks very strange. That's a very abandoned looking green building with plants. That's very good for Mother Nature to call home. And there's more kampong buildings everywhere. All I see is lots of kampong buildings almost entirely everywhere. There's quite a huge assortment of road signs. Could be roadworks, about 50 miles per hour. And there's a train line that actually goes up towards Tampere railway station. Maybe there's a railway station that also connects within Malacca. There we go, there's the famous bridge we crossed by. Amazing area here. It's a fairly fast and small car to get into a long journey like this. Hopefully this car's got plentiful amount of fuel to get back to Eco Ardents. We'll see about that. But there you go, there's a lot of like kampong buildings with Malay origins and Malay influences, all derived from Indonesia. There you go, it proves to you that Malaysia is a copy of Indonesia, going by the setting, the jungle, and the buildings, and actually there's a lot of Polynesian inspired sort of designs here. There you go, lots and lots of amazing buildings, so colourful, and also there's amount of traffic. It's not as heavy, thank goodness. The traffic is much better here. There you go, there's the jungle, and there's some power lines that run along the jungle here. It's a fairly good area, but what lies inside this jungle has a lot of telltale signs to tell. It's quite good. Man, what a long journey. This is fantastic. I could do more videos like this.
You can build the Malay house.
There's a lot of like logging trucks right here, which often presents as a sign that there's a lot of deforestation activity going around here, even though it looks pristine in condition. And here we are, Tampin, Gemas, Segamat, Malacca, and Alor Gajah. Yeah, obviously we are nearly approaching, and the rain is starting to come back again. It's a lovely area. And there you go, it proves to you that it's the wet season. Hopefully the rain won't jeopardize our trip to Malacca, as hopeful as this sounds here. It is totally and utterly awesome. Quite a lot of stuff around here. And we're going through this really bendy sort of road. Oh, it's very curvaceous. More old buildings. Wow, there's a lot of like old abandoned derelict buildings here. Especially when they look new and pristine looking. And there's even more stuff. And that's a very modern looking bus. That's very unusual. There's a lot of dogs here. Well, who knows? Maybe during our trip to Malacca we might be go ahead and see the local beach. Hopefully there's a lot of birds in the beach. Who knows? There's a lot of trucks right here. And there's a lot of stray dogs everywhere. And oh wow, look at this scenery. This is complete jungle territory. You can see this dense amount of jungle right over in the background. This is just fantastic. And that is why Malaysia is one of the most amazing places, in my humble opinion, to go ahead and search for animals like stray dogs. How weird is that? They're not wild, but sort of. Here we go. We've got Antian Sibala Tampin parking area. Love this. Imagine driving through here. There's the tree canopy here. My gosh, this looks very phenomenal. It's like driving through a national park. This is amazing. Whoa, look at this. These trees look certainly tall timbers. They are so amazing. Here we go, not far away from Tampin. Whoa, that is just amazing. Those trees, they're just absolutely phenomenal. Man, I am going to really miss those scenes so badly when I go back to England. There's just absolutely no way this scenery is going to be totally and utterly missed. Yet it has to be, because I can assure you this is totally one of the most amazing road trips I have came across. It is just so phenomenal. Looking at just how lush and green the jungle is, in contrast to a whole bunch of scenes. There's a Chinese temple here. It's amazing. It's really fantastic. There's a Chinese temple right there. And a cemetery as well. There you go, there's the Chinese temple with all sorts of dragons and stuff. Taman Tasik Tampin, I bet it's a like. Lovely little area. It's very fantastic. And here we are at Tampin town. 99 Speed Mart, 96 Vapor Shop, everything involved. Clearly, even though it's not as big as other areas across the Negeri Sembilan, this is utterly phenomenal. Wow, a giant econ save. That is very good. That is amazing. Everything here in Malaysia is just so beyond fantastic. It really, really, really warms my heart so much. There you go, that McDonald's here, it looks very Malay. This actually does look very Malay, going by the architecture. Yeah, that's a very Malay architectured McDonald's. Fancy that. That's a nice school. Looks very Indian actually, because it's Tamil. Whoa, zooming past by almost every traffic. In fact, it's been raining so far in this entire country. At least it's not as wet as what we've seen so far in northern Malaysia and also southern Thailand. This is excellent. This is really, really good. We are nearly heading straight towards one specific house in Tampin. Whoa, it's carrying a train carriage. That truck there.
Oh,
My gosh, that's an old abandoned train carriage. God, I wonder what that train carriage is going to be used for. That's just totally awesome. My gosh, there's all random stuff right here. Wow, that is amazing. Looking at all these kampong houses and buildings. There you go, there's literally swathes of them, or swaths of them. It's just so good. It's just so remarkable of just how chronically beautiful this place is. It's so stunning, it almost really warms my heart. This is so good. Such an amazing place. And that car dealership has got like a mixture of Peruduas and Protons. That's good. Who knows, I might pop to the beach in Malacca to see what good stuff there is. Birds and all. It's not that unusual to see monkeys and squirrels to be around in these types of areas where humans reside the most. What these trees are called, and there's quite a nice restaurant here. I don't think these are called rain trees. There's a small bus pergola here. I believe there's a lot of rain trees right there. Lots of palm trees and other stuff here. Amazing foliage, amazing buildings, restaurants, buildings. Oh, that looks very Malay, very much so. I love it. That's a good restaurant here. So here we are. Thanks for watching. We're at Tampin. Thank goodness for that.